The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Happy Friday, everybody, and TGIF. Here we are once again, and what a Friday it's going to be. Welcome once again to another edition of the Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and we're going to be with you for a whole full hour. We thank you so much for being along, and each week at this time, we come along and sip coffee, have a lot of fun, and just talk, because that's what the show is all about. We communicate with you and everyone that's around the world. We're coming to you live from New York City. That's where we originate. But we don't stop there. You know why? Because we are a global show. We come around all over the world, no matter where you are. As long as you're in a nice place with nice Wi-Fi and hotspots, you're right there. And what we want you to do is tell your family and friends about it. Tell people that you never even met or maybe met for the first time. Get the word out there that we're on the air, and everyone can be involved in this show as well. So that's where we are right now, and we thank you. And for all of you who have been around for all of these years and just supporting us and just putting up with us, however you want to phrase it, well, of course, we thank you for being here, and we want you to stay there, because we thank you every week for that. I couldn't thank you enough for that. Also, I want to thank all the people who may be here for the very first time. Okay, and I'm talking to you. You may be here for the very first time. So let me tell you what the show is all about. I, as the host of the show, get things started, get things rolling. And as we get things rolling, of course, we're going to ask you to use your keyboard on your typewriter. All right. Because I threw out the conversation piece, but we don't have to linger on that conversation for the entire show. Because what we can do is have you get aboard and type in something that you may want to talk about. You type it right there. I'll see you on the big screen. I will entertain all of your thoughts and ideas. Now, that's what the show is all about. Free exchange of ideas and of opinions. And I want to hear yours. So if you have anything in particular, any subject at all that you want to talk about, jump on it and we'll get on board and we'll talk about it. All right. We can use all of that information and all of the support from all of you guys as well. Well, here we are. It's Friday. And of course, the weekend is coming up. It's right around the corner. So once we get by this, everything will be okay. Brian, let me ask you a question. Are you here for the duration or are you just here for sports?
Right now, I'm here for the entire hour.
Okay.
So far.
Okay. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyway, Brian Camp is here, and he's going to be with us, and he's going to be with us for the latest developments in today's world of sports. Did I get that right?
Yes.
All right. And I see that reading takes you to a new place.
Yeah, Black History Month.
Okay, I'm looking because I'm looking at your backdrop over there. That's why I was reading that. You know.
Oh, yeah, reading takes you in a new place. Yes. Yeah, these are the bulletin boards here that we have here. I'm substituting for one of the teachers, and I'm going to add my own taste to it. I might decorate it some and put a little Black history stuff on here too. So he would appreciate that, because we talked on the phone like maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. They have an award ceremony here. So, yeah, he said, you do what you want to do. I said, that's all I needed to hear.
Well, who started the design on that?
Different teachers. They have like different, like every month is always something. Like like in October was a breast cancer month, so we do something, decorate the board. November is, of course, it's Thanksgiving, the holiday, Veterans Day. Christmas, as you know, is in December. February is Black History Month and Valentine's Day as well too. So we do a lot of stuff. Today is wear your favorite team sport today because Sunday's the Super Bowl. So we have
Yeah.
different day. We have pajama day, which I can't wear pajamas, not in the school, for obvious reason, because I don't want me walking down the hallway and well, you get the
Yeah.
idea
Well,
and everything.
you're an adult. It's good for the kids, but not for the adults.
It's good for the kids, right?
Yeah.
Not for the
Yeah.
adults and everything. Because
Yeah.
I told my boss, said, don't expect me to be flopping this way and that way when I'm walking down the hall and everything.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
Doesn't look good. So
Because little kids look cute in their pajamas and they can get away with it. Adults
sure.
can't do
Yeah,
that. That's
they got their Spider-Man and their Superman pajamas and everything. So, but today
yeah.
is wear your favorite football jersey day today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen. That's the guy that does the sports. It's going to be along in just a few minutes. He's going to have that for you, the latest developments in today's world of sports. So I advise you, if you have any questions sports related, get them ready because when he comes on, you get a chance to see him. Now, those of you who are watching us on Facebook, you can't see him. We don't have cameras for him. You can only hear what he has to say, but you can still participate and still get in there and ask your questions as well. But for the rest of you guys who are watching us on YouTube, he's right there on camera. You can see him as well as hear him. So we're going to have a packed show. We're going to keep him here as long as he can, as long as he can. We'll put it that way. For those of you who are in February, the month of February, right? I did say we're in the month of February, which means also the leading thing is Black History Month. That's what we're facing. Brian just mentioned it, and so this whole month of February, you can indulge and find out the history of Black pioneers and achievers, and you can do that by Googling, going to your library, and learning about it. And ladies and gentlemen, understand something. You don't have to be African American or Black to know Black History Month or either study. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm a cultural guy. I study like Black history. I study all kinds of when we have these shows, different shows like Italian American Day or month or something like that, and I study all of what they did. I mean, I went to Italy and I learned a lot while I was there. So you could do it. It's not against the law. But that's what we're taking off today is Black History Month. And Brian, later on, you're going to have some interject some of the history makers or achievers for this month. And he's going to do it every week for this whole month. Also, we have National Cancer Prevention Month. That's what we're focusing on as well. Now, cancer is cancer, whether it's prostate cancer for the men, breast cancer for the women, colon cancer, whatever it is cancer, and you want to prevent it. And you can do that by seeing your doctor very often as you can. Now, if you're young, of course, you have a chance to beat it because we're in a new stage and a new age right now where people are fighting off cancer. It used to be a death sentence at one time, but it's gotten to the point where people are fighting off. Science has gotten pretty good with it, and they started creating these medicines and all of these I don't know, all of these cocktails or whatever it is that they use to help prevent cancer. And eating right is a good thing too. You know, when you get a certain age, or you can't do the same things that you've done when you were younger. Uh, so you have to change your lifestyle a little bit. But that's what we're focusing on today, National Cancer Prevention Month. And you know, it's Chinese New Year. That's lunar. That's Chinese New Year. And so we're going to be celebrating that. Happy New Year to all of my people from China. And we had our New Year, American New Year, beginning of January. So the month of February is the celebration of the New Year. Well, it starts the New Year. So I guess the actual date passed, but we celebrate it all month long. And also, it's National Heart Month. All right. I guess that's just to tell you don't want to take care of the old ticker. Make sure that keeps on going. So that falls in the health category along with cancer and your heart and all kinds of things that may ail you. You want to take care of that. See your doctor regularly and make sure that he's okay with it. I think I covered everything so far, Brian, with that, as far as that goes. So
I just want to also add to that the same cancer that our mother had, the rare bone cancer, is now curable. Back in the 80s, it wasn't curable, but now it's curable. I forgot the name of the cancer.
Multiple,
Um, huh?
multiple, multiple myeloma.
Okay, yes. It was a very rare bone cancer that's now curable. It wasn't curable back in the 80s, but now medicine and research, where now that it is curable. So that's
Well,
great news to hear.
it's not curable, but it's manageable.
It's manageable.
Because no
Okay,
cancer is curable, but
right.
it's manageable,
It's
and
manageable.
it's not a death sentence. And I got to tell you something. It's a devastating thing to see someone go through that. It's
Yes.
devastating. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So,
Uh, Yeah. So we've got sports coming up in a few minutes. And oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, before the show is over, as I do each week, I am going to give you those movies, right? My picks of the week for your weekend directly from Turner Classic Movies, movies that I think you'll like. Sometimes they're color, sometimes they're black and white. And I have those for you later on in the program. And we're going to relay that to you because I know during the weekend, a lot of us do a variety of things. And one of the things that you may want to do is sit back, relax, especially if the weather's going to be inclement in your area. Like we're going to get super cold weather this weekend here in New York City. And if you are somewhere in there where it's really, really cold and it keeps you indoors, that's the time to catch up on some movies. So I have those coming for you. And that's coming up towards the end of the program. So there you go. Want
nice.
to say hello to Warren. Warren is out there watching us on Facebook right now. So good morning to you, Warren. Warren, of course, if you would like to give us your do the usual thing by giving us some weather, because we always ask people if they want to indulge in conversation. Please give us your weather forecast. Now, for all of you who are living in New York or even in the vicinity of New York, don't worry about that. I will take care of that, and that's coming out soon. Brian.
Well, I have 36 degrees here, here in Charlotte, North Carolina, where it was so cold this morning. I was out the house by 3 a.m. Had to take care of some business, and I thought I could just pull off, but no, I had to sit there for like 7 minutes just to get the frost off, and it was freezing. It was more freezing with the cold in the car than it was outside. Because when your car sit outside for a long period of time, it freezes. It was a frost. It wasn't like so much it was freezing. It was just a frost. But I had to put the defroster on so I could see where I'm going. So I had to put the wipers on. But the high today is going to be 53 degrees today. So this is how it is in the South. It gets cold in the morning, but by 11 or 12 o'clock, it's warmer. So um, it's going to get warmer.
We could use that 53-degree temperature here. I mean, would you realize that for the past couple of weeks, last week and this week, I did not hit the gym
Well, what's the
on the
highest temperature for today is going to be?
for you. Oh, you mean for us?
Yes.
We're going to tell you about that in a minute when we do the weather. But
Okay.
I can tell you, it's cold. It's cold, and we had that sub-degree weather, that real cold weather earlier, and then we kind of well, they say it warmed up, but it didn't even feel like it was warming up. We were like in our 30s, but it was still cold. So you can be in your 30s and still be real cold. And but it wasn't cold enough to wear your earmuffs. I mean, even people still wear their earmuffs, even in weather that's 30 degrees. It's got to be really cold for me to wear earmuffs. It's got to be that cold. I normally don't wear earmuffs. There was a time where I never really wore hats, but now, for obvious
Oh,
reasons, I have to wear a hat.
let me tell you, it was so cold today. I had to pull out my ski mask, and I got my gloves here. And I was going to wear my goggles, but it wasn't snowing, so. But that's how cold it is in the morning here, and
If I
it's still
if
it's
I
still
was
cold.
If I were you, I wouldn't walk down the hallways or even go outside with that mask on and those glasses that you're wearing because you look like an ICE agent.
Yeah. I I look like one of those what's that TV show when we was kids? Land of the Lost. What is it? Maybe Warren can help me out. The Sleazax or something, or Land of the Lost, and these had those goggles, and it was aliens, and it was they look so scary and everything. But I would not wear this on a normal day on a ski mask. I don't want people to think I'm going to commit a robbery, and that's the worst thing that could happen. And everything, people would think that. So no.
Or be an ICE agent because you
I,
look like an ICE agent.
or ICE agent, yeah.
That's scary.
Very
That's
scary.
scary. That's
That's
scary.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, if you want to join us in conversation, you can do that too, but keep your mask and your goggles off so we can recognize you because the ICE agents won't reveal themselves. So, uh, those of you who are watching us and you would like to indulge in conversation, and I hope you do because we like to interact with you personally. And by the way, when we see you come on the screen, we will not acknowledge you unless, of course, you say something first, because a lot of people they like to come on and they just want to watch the show and they don't want to be recognized, at least at first. I mean, some people are new and they just want to watch it for the very first time, but we do see you when you come in. But the only time we will acknowledge you if you happen to say something first. Other than that, everything is hands off. So we want you to feel comfortable in that area. Well, like I said, it's cold. It's cold. And again, give us your weather forecast when you come in, and we will compare our weather with your weather. That's what we like to do. It's not a thing that's necessarily has to be done, and it's not mandatory, but we would like to do that and compare notes. Okay, so what we have in our area today, we have. Let's see. Let me just look at that. It's cold. 29 degrees is what we have right now. That's what we have right now for the moment. 29 degrees.
That's
That's the
cold.
start. Yeah, that is cold. That is cold. But temperatures are, in the earlier days used to wake up to like 6 degrees, 7 degrees, really cold. So it's gotten better. So this is what we have for the weekend starting today. We've got cloudy skies, a few flurries or snow showers possible. Temps near steady in the low to mid 30s. Winds will be light and variable. For tonight, it'll be variably cloudy with snow showers. We have a low around 20 degrees. Winds will be west southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of snow will be 50%. You'll get a 1 to 3 inches of snow expected. As if, as if. Okay, Saturday is going to be cloudy and windy. A few flurries or snow showers is possible again. Morning high will be around 25 degrees with temperatures falling to the near 10 degrees. You see what I mean?
Yes.
10 degrees for that night air, and winds will be northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Speaking of cold, this has to take the cake for Saturday night. If you're going out, you better bundle up real warm, baby, because it's going to be cloudy, or partly to mostly cloudy, and low degree. The low we'll have. You want to take a crack at it, Brian? The low that we're going to have.
Single digits.
Okay, you want to take one of those single digits?
Let's say 8 degrees.
Okay, not bad. It's 5 degrees.
Oof.
5 degrees. 15 to 25 miles per hour. And for Sunday, that's the day of rest for most people. Saturday is a day of rest. That's a Sabbath day too. But for the traditional people who take the day of rest on Sunday, you may want to stay in because it's going to be cold once again. And it's going to be mainly sunny skies, cold, high 19 degrees. Winds will be northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. It's 29 degrees, repeating that current temperature. And I got to tell you something. I don't care how cold it's going to be Monday. I got to get to the gym. I got to get to the gym. I think I had enough time off, so I'm going to get to the gym. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Well, that's going to be my thing too. I'm going to do that too. I have been missing in action. Even got calls from the people that's I'm at the gym. The people that run the gym asking me if I was okay because I was on vacation a couple of weeks ago and I haven't been back. So I'm going to go to the gym. I make that a priority. On Monday, I will be at the gym at 6 a.m. for sure. But I've been doing good though. I've been doing real well.
Hmm.
Um, watch what I eat now. I cook my own food. I put as much. I know when to put enough seasoning on my food. You can't have too much salt. So
Hmm.
I've been managing well with what I eat and how much seasoning I put in for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, in case you're just joining us, it's the coffee hour. Remember that all the views and the opinions expressed on the show, the coffee hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinion of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Zoom, or any other social media outlet or broadcast facility. So I didn't get a chance to do it, but I'll do it now. Everybody lift your cups up because what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. It's delicious. It's good, Brian. It's
Okay, I'm
good.
pretty sure it is.
Last week I had cinnamon coffee, which I'm told like if you put cinnamon in your coffee, it brings down the blood pressure.
It brings down the blood pressure and is good for if you are diabetic too, as well. Cinnamon is very good to
Hmm.
have. So yes, cinnamon is a very good source of thing that you put on. You check with your doctor, of course, but
Yeah,
cinnamon is very good.
yeah. And sometimes that gives me an excuse to take a spoonful of cinnamon and just down it. I do that every once in a while.
Okay.
Uh, anyway, what's on tap for sports?
Well, everybody out there that's tuning in, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. Um, It's Super Sunday, as we was always taught to say. Super Bowl Sunday, Super Bowl 60. It doesn't get any better than this. The two teams that we haven't seen in a while, we see the Kansas City Chiefs and the Eagles and the 49ers. Now we got two teams that's having a rematch. These two teams met several years ago. They're gonna play it again. The Seattle Seahawks are 4.5 point favorites. I can imagine everybody out there with their office pool sheets. They are going to bet not only on the game, they're going to bet on the spread. They're going to bet each quarter about how which team is going to score. To give you a quick thing about how Super Bowl pools are, you always take the last number. You you go in there, you pick out a number. If your number is 10 and you have to, it's a process where if the team has 0 and 0, it got to match. One side is for one team, the top side is for the other. I hope I'm explaining it right. Maybe someone else could expound on it more. But that's how office pools are. They bet quarter by quarter, and then they bet the final score as well. So if you have numbers like 10 or 17, uh, those are good numbers and everything. So this is what's going to be. Everybody's going to be glued to it. Super Bowl Sunday, Super Bowl 60, 6:30 Eastern Time on NBC Peacock. It's not going to get better than this. The Super Bowl commercials are going to be on form in gear. I don't know. Lately, the last couple of years, they were not been funny at all. They been kind of dry, but they'll come up with a few of them that's very good. Now, during the halftime, Bad Bunny is set to headline the Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's in the San Francisco area. Um, as the first Latino artist to solo headline the show. Um, his the pregame performers also going to be on hand to include um, Green Day, Charlie Puth, Brandy Colley, and Coco Jones. Kudos to what's his name? I just said his name just like that. Missing his name. Uh,
Charlie?
Bad
Oh,
Bunny,
Bad
right?
Bunny. Bad Bunny.
Yeah. Bad Bunny, kudos to him where he spoke at the Grammy Awards. Congratulations to him. He won, I think he won three of them, and he spoke out against ICE.
How
He
does it
spoke
feel to have
out.
a 60s moment?
It yeah, I guess so. But Bad Bunny really spoke out. I'm just quoting what he said, I'm paraphrasing. He said, Latino people are not savage people. That we're not savages. And he spoke up against our government. Now let's keep it real. Our government in the United States of America, I'm a proud American. However, we have not always been on the right side of the right, doing the right thing in our history. We're about to celebrate 250 years of independence coming up this year, July 4th. Okay. 1776, we gained our independence from England, but we have not done the right thing. And he spoke up like a proud man would, a proud Latino, and he spoke very clearly. Other entertainers followed behind him. Get rid of ICE, bleep ICE. You know, I understand that the officers, ICE officers, agents are doing whatever they can. They're doing a job, but are they really trained to do this here job? So I don't know what else to say. We just have to just stay firm. Don Lemon, he was in the news. He got arrested and everything, along with another reporter, and other people was also arrested as well. These are federal charges, so Don Lemon is not out of the woods yet. He's not out of the woods yet. Whenever there's federal charges pressed against you, they could stick. So kudos to Don Lemon, who said that he will not remain silent. God bless him. Now, in the NBA, and part of the celebration of historical month of February, this is not a Black History moment, but in the NBA, love, gratitude, and respect. The NBA will celebrate, they did celebrate the 75th anniversary of NBA Pioneers. Um, it had a game between the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks last Sunday to celebrate the three African Americans into the NBA. Now, Chuck Cooper was the first to be drafted. Nat Sweetwater Clifton was the first to sign a contract, and Earl Lloyd was the first to take the court and play in the NBA. The NBA started its inaugural season in 1946, but the first Black that started was in 1950. First draftee, first person to take the court, and the first person to enter into the NBA. But 1946 is when the NBA started, 1 year before Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. And if you want to be truthful about it, Jackie Robinson was the one that broke all sports barrier because it took 1950 for Blacks to go into the NBA. It took 1950 for Black NFL players to go into the NFL. And of course, Jackie Robinson, what he did for the NFL, I mean for Major League Baseball. And also we can't forget about Larry Doby. Larry Doby was the first American leaguer to cross and broke the barrier as well. So kudos to them. This thing in sports, February 6th, 1926, NFL rules college students are ineligible until they finish their college career. So they could not play until they finish college. All of that has changed now. 1958, Ted Williams, Hall of Fame outfielder, becomes the highest paid player when he re-signed for $135,000. 1970, the NBA expands to 18 teams with the addition of the Buffalo Braves, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Houston Rockets, and the Portland Trail Blazers. 1971, astronaut Alan Shepard is the first to hit a golf ball on the moon. 1971. I don't remember that, but I do remember seeing the video clippings and the newspaper clippings. So Alan Shepard, astronaut, is the first to hit a golf ball on the moon. I don't know how many people would want to take a shot of playing golf on the moon. You might as well put up a basketball rim and maybe shoot some hoops too. It'll be in slow motion though, to where the ball is going to be taking a long time to come down. So birthdays on this day. 1895, happy birthday to the late Babe Ruth, Major League Baseball Hall of Famer and pitcher, outfielder, seven-time World Series champion, 12-time home run champ, was born in Baltimore, Maryland. And in 1949, Richie Zisk, Major League Baseball player for the Pirates, was born in Brooklyn, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
Sports, yeah. Well, listen, you got a lot of we got the as you say, the Super Bowl coming up. And I know I did ask you this last night on the show. By the way, Brian is my co-host for sure every Thursday on Talk Back Live, which I'll talk to you about later uh at the program. But he's our co-host on that show too. And I talked to you last night about the Super Bowl coming up. Now, we know who's playing. We know that Bad Bunny is performing, which I am looking forward to seeing that. But who do you like for the Super Bowl?
I like the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to give a prediction: 24-14.
Hmm.
They're gonna beat the New England Patriots this time. Um, I just think they're a better team. The New York Jets are going to be wish that they had their quarterback, because the quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks used to play for the New York Jets, Sam Arnold, and this is going to be one of those disappointed times again for the New York Jets where they let one of them go. They let a good quarterback go. So my prediction: 24-14 Seattle.
Okay, I'm not going to give you a score on that because I'm not an expert, but I do know that I think I second that emotion for the Seahawks. I go for them. No disrespect to Tom Bradley, who once played for the Patriots. No
Tom Brady.
disrespect. Tom Brady. I'm sorry, Tom Brady. I got to remember he was part of the Brady bunch. Just kidding. Uh, no disrespect to him, but I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I think they're going to do. And if anybody else out there, let us know who you're going for the Super Bowl. You know, if you're going for the Seahawks or you're going for the Patriots. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's only one game. We're only doing one game, and that's going to be for Sunday.
One big
Uh,
special game. Yes.
yeah, those special games. I want to take time to mention, and I did last night as well. I want to mention talk show host of the Today Show, Savannah Guthrie. As you probably already heard, her mom was kidnapped out of her own home. Can you imagine? You're not even safe in your own home. Was kidnapped out of her own home and taken against her will. It's believed that she's still alive, and whoever has her, the Guthrie family wants to send out a message to the people who have her, bring her home, call them, get in touch with them. They would want you to get in touch with them so they can talk and move on. All right. The mother is Nancy Guthrie. She's 82 years old. And she was taken away last weekend. So I'm hoping that this weekend she will return. You know, we'll see. We hope so. Okay, Warren is going for the Seahawks too. He's going for the Seahawks too. So
Very good.
that's three.
Yeah.
That's three of us going for that. So that Warren just mentioned that. Brian, what do you got for Black History Month?
Okay, well, I got two things. I got one for sports and one for non-sports, but I'm going to get the one with non-sports. How many of you all out there love potato chips? I know I
Pringles.
do. Pringles, Lay's, Doritos, Munchos. Every time you have a potato chip, you think of this man who is the creator. His name is George Crumb. Was born as George Speck. He's a black man widely credited with the inventing of the potato chip in 1853. Now, working as a chef at the Moon's Lake House in Saratoga Springs, New York, um, Crumb reportedly created a snack out of frustration. According to a legend, a demanding customer, often said to be Cornelius Vanderbilt, repeatedly sent back his fried potatoes for being too thick and soggy. Now, in response, Crumb sliced a batch of potato paper thin, fried them to a crisp, and heavily salted them. You imagine all that salt. Expected the customer to find them inedible. Instead, the patron loved them so much they soon became a house specialty known as Saratoga chips. Now, here's some key facts. His heritage, he was a mixed African American and Native American, Mohawk descent. The name Crumb he was born George Speck, but adopted the surname Crumb after a customer referred to him that way jokingly, noting that a crumb is larger than a speck. Oh, I get the joke now. See, it took a while for me to understand that, but I get it now. Crumb is larger than a speck. Now, in 1860, he opened his own restaurant called Crumb's Place in Malta, New York, where he placed baskets of potato chips on every table. Crumb never patented his invention, which allowed others to eventually mass produce and distribute the snack globally. Historically, while Crumb is the most famous figure associated with the chip, some accounts suggest his sister, Catherine Aunt Kay Wicks. Catherine Aunt Kate Wicks is her name. Aunt Kate was her middle nickname. May have accidentally created the first chip by dropping a thin silver potato in a frying pan. So that's a sibling little. I don't know if they were rivals at that time, or is that how it happened? I don't know, but that's how the potato chip was born to this day. And every time you take a bite out of a Pringle or Lay's or whatever, you think of that man, George Crumb. I got another one. Black History Sports. Jack Johnson, nicknamed the Galveston Giant, was an American boxer who became the first African American world heavyweight champion from 1908 to 1915. During the Jim Crow era, known as his defensive prowess and flamboyant lifestyle, he defied intense racial discrimination, defeating Tommy Burns for the title and later James J. Jeffries in 1910. Now, during his early life and career, he was born John Arthur Johnson on March 31st, 1878 in Galveston, Texas, and was to former enslaved parents. As you know, 1875 was the day in Galveston, Texas, which was the last state to recognize that slavery was over back then. Slavery actually was over in 1863, but in those days, word got around slowly, or they just did not let people know that slavery was over, particular blacks. His boxing beginnings started in the late 1800s, developed in a style often considered one of the best in defensive history. And he rise to fame initially restricted from fighting white champions. He won the color heavyweight championship in 1903, the heavyweight championship from 1908 to 1915, defeating champion Tommy Burns on December 26th, day after Christmas, 1908 in Sydney, Australia. Uh, he was known as the Great White Hope. The victory triggered a search for the Great White Hope. If you know, they made a movie about this with James Earl Jones playing as Jack Johnson. Reclaimed the title, leading to his 1910 victory over the former champ Jim Jeffries, which caused race riots across the U.S. Now, in those days, it was unheard of for a black man to not only fight a white man, but defeat him in the ring. Story has it that Jack Johnson, if he wanted to, he could have just killed him in the ring. But I guess, he was approached and he was also told, you got to take a dive, which also cost him the title, but he regained it back, which caused race riots across the U.S. He held the title for 7 years, defying customary social conventions, including marrying a white woman. He was he was infatuated with white women, but he did marry a white woman, which was a controversy later years. Now, the Mann Act came in 1913. The Mann Act means that you cannot take a white woman across states lines, and which he did. He was convicted. So they had a Mann Act against him, which led to his conviction, violation of the Mann Act. A racially motivated prosecution targeted his relationship with white women. He fled to Europe, later losing his title to Jess Woolard in 1915 in Cuba. He returned to the U.S. in 1920, served 8 months in prison. He died in a car crash in 1946. Before he died in 1946 in that car crash, he was still alive. He had a chance to live after the car crash. But because in those days, they refused to accept black men and black women into a white hospital to be sought at, to be healed, so they could operate. They did not allow him. So he was not permitted to be into the hospital. Now, he was pardoned by the current president, issue pardon for his 1913 conviction in 2018. Why did he pardon him? Well, did it for make himself look good. That's why the current president did that. But we all know he was innocent. Johnson was a barrier breaking, polarized figure, considered one of the most influential athletes in the 20th century. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a Black History moment, sports and political.
I know that you're not able to see who's coming up on Facebook because you're at the school now. But I got a question coming from Kevin Briscoe. Sorry, Bristow. He wants to know why aren't you talking about the Caribbean series because baseball is back. Caribbean series.
I got a
Is
4-part series. I can only do one at a time,
okay.
one at a
Okay.
week at a time. I got it
Yeah.
all set up. I want to
Okay.
do, but I will say this to him. I'm doing basketball. I did basketball today and I squeezed in boxing. The following week is going to be, I don't have the list in front of me, but it's going to be the 3 other major sports: hockey, baseball, and football. Tune in.
Okay, Kevin, there's your answer right there. Right here is the coffee hour. Yours truly, Frank Allen, and
Brian Camp.
yeah. You have to think about that, huh? Another
No,
another 60s moment.
no. But no,
Catherine O'Hara.
but listen, all serious side, Kevin, I want you to join in because I got a special for the baseball. It does have a little bit of Caribbean in it, so I can only do one at a time, one sport at a time, and one Black History moment at a time as well too. I didn't forget about my Caribbean brothers from the Caribbean islands, from Jamaica, from the Bahamas, from Barbados and Trinidad, from Haiti. Oh, I did not forget you, brothers and sisters. I love you all. I'm a native New Yorker, so yes, I will bring that to light to make sure. But you need to tune in next week and the week after that.
Catherine O'Hara, the radiant actress who singularly a comic delivery, a singular comic delivery helped elevate movies and TV shows like Beetlejuice, Home Alone, and Schitt's Creek to a cult classic status, has died. The actress died last Friday, and this happened right after I got off the air. She died last Friday at her home in Los Angeles, California, following a brief illness. O'Hara got her start in Second City in her native Canada before turning to film. She was 71. Damon Wilson, who portrayed Lamont Sanford on the 70s sitcom Sanford and Son, has died as well last weekend. Wilson died from complications of cancer at his home in Palm Springs, California. The Georgia-born New York City Ray's Wilson first performed on Broadway in his preteen years and following tour of duty at the Vietnam, during the Vietnam War, moved to Hollywood, California. Wilson made his big screen credit debut in the Sidney Poitier starring The Organization in 1971 and on the small screen on Mission Impossible and All in the Family. He was 79. Friendship Commanders, the heavy metallic rock duo that broke out in the 2010s, have announced a co-headlining U.S. tour that will take them across the Southeast and Midwest in the early 2026. The tour begins in February and stretches into April, beginning in Nashville. Bass band Loud Emotion live shows to small clubs and keys they hold close. The announcement came directly from the band on Instagram, where they shared a full list of dates and personal message to the fans. While the 68th annual Grammy Awards ceremony honored legendary actresses and artists and featured group pleasing performances include Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, and Justin Bieber at the Crypto.com, I should say, arena on Los Angeles, California on Sunday. Surprising number of major stars were missing from the audience. And some absence came down to eligibility rules or scheduling conflicts, while others appeared to be international setouts amid a quieter awards season. Either way, fans couldn't help but notice which A-listers did not show up or choose to skip the music biggest night. Kelly Clarkson is ending her infamous talk show, the Kelly Clarkson Show, after 7 seasons. The announcement came in the settlement jointly shared on the Instagram and her show account on Monday, in which she revealed that the decision to end the popular show was her own. And news of the news ending comes from just months after the death of Brandon Blackstock, which is Kelly's former talent manager and ex-husband, who died August 7th. The couple shared 2 children together, a daughter, River Rose, which was 11 years old, and son Remy, who's 9 years old. Production on season 7 will continue as planned, with Clarkson hosting the episodes continuing on air through the fall. Birthdays today. Pop singer Rick Astley is 60 years old. Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses is 64. Comedian and actor Robert Townsend is 69. Actress Kathy Najimy from Sister Act, she was one of the nuns on Sister Act, is 69 years old. Natalie Cole would have been 76. Bob Marley would have been 81. Singer Fabian is 83. News anchor Tom Brokaw is 86. Actor Mike Farrell from MASH is 87 years old. Comedian actor Rip Torn would have been 94. Zsa Zsa Gabor would have been 109. And President Ronald Wilson Reagan would have been 115 years old. So happy birthday to all who are alive. And we celebrate your birthday each year, of course. And for even the people who are no longer with us, we continue to celebrate you as your birthday come around each year, because you left us a wonderful legacy. So happy birthday to all of you. And those of you who may be celebrating a birthday, you have something coming up anytime soon, please get in touch with us and let us know. All you have to do is email us or call us. I'll give you the email address first. Email address is Frank Allan. Allan is Allan. Prod, Prod. That's short for productions. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Telephone number is 641-715-3900. It's a 70s moment right there. That's 641-715-3900, and that's extension 467134. And it's good for teleprompter work because it helps out a lot. I got to tell you, when you get my age. But use that number and address anytime you like, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and keep all that information right there in your electronic devices, such as your computer, be it laptop or desktop or your telephone or even your tablet. And if you have all three of those, put them in all three of those. This way, if one doesn't happen for you, you have another one to fall back on. That number again is, email address is frankallenprod at AOL.com. That's frankallenprod at AOL.com. Telephone number 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Singer Lamont Lamore, he's a founder of the member of a vocal group called the Fifth Dimensions, whose smooth pop and soul sounds with a touch of psychedelia brought them big hits in the 1960s and 70s. He died this week too. He was 90 years old. I want to give you some of those movies that I was telling you about. And this week I have three. So let's get started with that right away. First of all, we have 1952, going back that year for Abbott and Costello, Jack and the Beanstalk. You can see that on Turner Classic. And that's on Turner Classic Movies Saturday at 1:30 a.m. Eastern. Now, a lot of you may have insomnia, and you can watch it in case you want to, DVR it and watch it at a later time. That's good too. Also, we have Paris Blues. And Brian, I checked that it is on the box in case you don't want to wait this long to see it. But nevertheless, you can check it out tomorrow. Tomorrow, at 12 p.m. Eastern. That stars Paul Newman, John Woodward, Sidney Poitier, and Diane Carroll. Turner Classic Movies. Again, that's Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern. That's Paris Blues, 1961. And To Have and to Have Not from 1944. Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall, and Walter Brennan. That's Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 6:15 p.m. Eastern. Now, you can go to Turner Classic Movies and check out all of the free movies that's available, or go to Turner Classic Movies and check them out and see there may be other movies, in other words, that you may like. And then while you're there, go to the list. If you have cable, you see all of the free movies. You also have pay-per-view movies. You have sporting events. If you don't get a chance to see your sporting events live on the air, you can check them out a day afterwards, sometimes without commercial interruptions. Sometimes you have some of your soap operas, your favorite soap operas. Like the old women used to say in the old days, my stories. Agnes, I got to hang up now. My story is on the air. But you can check out those stories day after if you missed it in real time. And of course, you have documentaries. And I did mention children programs, all of those things available to you, even some of the networks. All of the networks are there. All of the network icons are right there. So do that. And let me give you these movies once again. Jack and the Beanstalk, Abbott and Costello, Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 1:30 a.m. Eastern. Paris Blues with Paul Newman, John Woodward, Sidney Poitier, and Diane Carroll. Turner Classic Movies Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And To Have and to Have Not with Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall, and Walter Brennan. Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 6:15 p.m. Eastern. And take a gander at some of those movies. I think you're going to like them. Brian, before we go, I wanted to talk about the ICE update. This is still going on in a lot of communities. And I just found out just before I went on the air last night that in Greenpoint, in Brooklyn, they call it Greenpoint, New York, but it's in Brooklyn, Greenpoint, Brooklyn. They arrested two men who were actually well, look, we're all immigrants. We're all immigrants, but these people were legally in this country, and they arrested two of them in Greenpoint yesterday.
Well, let me say this. Let me give you a little history. I love history. We're all here on stolen land.
That's right.
Okay. President Andrew Jackson signed the act of the removal of the Indians. He helped remove the Native Americans off of their land. This is their land, okay? We're with the exception of African Americans and people from the Caribbean islands, we was taken from our homeland of Africa, and we was dished off in the Caribbean islands, dished off into Europe, England, and then in 1619 in Jamestown, New York, and Virginia, where we were at. So we was forced here. We built this country first. We build the White House. We build other great things. It's a shame where I even read up on the Italians how when they were brutally um, beaten up a lot on Ellis Island in the late 1800s into the 1900s, but they overcame that. They have a history of great wealth and great contribute to this country. The Irish came, the Polish came, but they were all once immigrants as well too. So for you, that's people that was born here don't know the history because your ancestors were brutally beaten and was misused when they were immigrants. Let's leave the let's leave the Latinos off, okay? Yes, there's some bad Latinos. Yes, we should protect our borders, but not all Latinos are bad though. They're not bad at all. So let's knock it off because we're all on stolen land. This is not this is not our land originally. It was the Native Americans. It's a shame for that to happen. And I can go on and on about history and everything, but I'm going to leave it like that because I know time is short. But come on, we're fighting over stolen land.
Yeah, that's right. I want to lightly touch on the hearings, the testimonies from that happened on Capitol Hill this week. Of course, Renee Good, of course, one of the ones who was gunned down in her car in Minneapolis, and her brothers testified. Well, I guess the earlier this week, Luke and Brett Granger, her brothers, and they told a story about her. And also testifying was Maria Alfonsina Martinez, and also Ali Rahman. And they told their heartfelt stories about their attacks by ICE. And of course, one of them, Maria Martinez, was struck by bullets. I think 7 bullets, took 7 bullets, and she survived. She's still here to tell the story. And so these guys have license to kill. And, this is the thing that wakes me up in the middle of the night. When I walk out the door, if someone knocks on my door and they say, this is FedEx or something, and you open the door and it's something else. This is how they get it. And they even use little children. That little 5-year-old kid, they used him as bait to get his father. And they took both the son and the father, took them away. But they're back home now. The two are back home now. Thank God for that. So we're living in a time right now where we are not safe at home. And if you could arrest a person like Don Lemon, who's a high-profile journalist, if imagine what could happen to the rest of us. So none of us are safe.
Yeah,
it's a shame.
I will say this here. Let me get this in. This is why I repeat myself. The Democrats don't give a damn about you. The Republicans don't give a damn about you. The independents, politicians don't. All they want to do is hold their political seat. Come off of it. I want to see the Republicans have some balls to stand up to your president. I want the Democrats to show some balls, to fight. Well, fight that what is right. That's why I don't trust politicians on either party. I bet you the ones that voted for him, I bet you they have deep regret now. I can tell you that much.
Well, and the beat goes on. Kevin Briscoe just mentioned that yesterday was Hank Aaron's birthday, and he's absolutely right. Yesterday was his birthday, February 5th. He was born in 1934 in Mobile, Alabama, and he left us January 22nd in 2001 at 86 years old. So happy
Yes.
birthday to
Thank you
Hank.
for saying that today. I did repeat that last night on Talkback Live, but because we have a new day, I got to stick to the script of birthdays today. But I did acknowledge Hank Aaron's birthday last night. One of the great home run hitters, great people of all time, and most of all, a great civil rights leader too, as well. Thank you so
Brian,
much.
I'm glad you were able to hang around with us this whole hour, and we're going to catch you back here next week on Talk Back Live. How about that?
Everybody enjoy your weekend. Let's watch that Super Bowl. Mr. Bristol, I hope to see you in the upcoming weeks. Warren, love you. Everybody else, peace and love.
All right, take care of yourself. And for the rest of you guys, have yourself a great day and a great weekend. And we're going to catch you back here Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Talk Back Live. And then you can join us back here next Friday at 10 a.m. East, right here for the coffee hour. Till then, have yourself a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. And we'll see you soon. Take care.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.